How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to another Madden NFL 24 Franchise Ruin Challenge. So we're doing our final NFC team. The reason we're doing NFC first is because this team went to the Super Bowl last season, but lost. So, hence that, the standings, that's why we're doing the Eagles before the Chiefs, our final team. So, with that all being said, 5 seasons, win a Super Bowl, injuries are on, not meant to be realistic, and we might mispronounce some names. It happens. It's a video game at the end of the day. Please don't take these too seriously. We're going to have some fun with the Eagles. Let's do it. Before we do, leave a like, subscribe, enjoy the content, and comment on those videos. Go to socials, playlist section, on the main channel down in the description. If you do like other content, be TJP. With that being said, let's get on to the gameplay. All right, let's take a look here at the team. Go through the roster, see what we got here before we make some moves. So, Jalen Hurts, our QB. Should be the QB the entire video. We got running backs, halfbacks rather, DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Gainwell, Kenneth Gainwell, Penny's on there as well, Scott, wide receiver got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Olamide. Olamide is going to be our third wide receiver rather, not back. Dallas Goedert is going to be our tight end, Jordan Mailata is going to be our left tackle, Landon Dickerson, left guard. Jason Kelsey, center. Cam Jurgens, he's hurt right now. So we got Tyler Steen, right guard. Lane Johnson, right tackle. Brandon Graham's going to be our left end. Josh Sweat, right end. Defensive tackle, Jalen Card. We also got Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis. A lot of defensive tackles right there. Might actually move one of those defensive tackles, maybe like Fletcher Cox. We'll see. Left linebacker, Hassan Reddick. Mid linebacker, Morrow and Dean. Cunningham's our right outside linebacker. We got Darius Slay Jr. corner with James Bradbury IV and Devontae Maddox, who's hurt right now, so also Isaiah Rodgers Sr.'s out there too. Free safety, Blankenship. Also have Justin Evans, and we got strong safety, Edmonds, kicking, Elliott, punting, man, and then your pick situation. Couple seconds this year. No third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Couple seconds next year. So should be pretty interesting. Then let's take a look at the improved team functionality before we start making moves. So if we go here to the improved team, we'll take a look and see here we got not injury report. I wanted to look at the improved team, EA. So if you could do that for me, that'd be great. So let's see what that improved team's looking like. Can we go to it? Damn, I can't seem to find it. Improved team. There it is. Boom. So we're going to do that. It should be good. Anybody here that we want to look for? QBs. Right guard obviously got some injuries, so it shouldn't be too bad once we get those guys back. Wouldn't mind getting a better mid linebacker for the season. Maybe like Rashawn Evans. You pick him up for the year. Might as well. To improve that defensive line a little bit. I do want to move Fletcher Cox, I think. So I'm going to see if we can maybe get like some picks for him. Yeah, I might as well, right? Just because we have 2 good defensive tackles already. Maybe just flip for a couple extra picks. So I think I'm going to do that. Go to the trade center, see what we can get for Cox. I'll just do what the Dolphins get Deshaun Elliott and a 7th round pick for Fletcher Cox. Small move there to get a very strong safety. Bolster up that, different position. So that's going to be about it for moves. I'm going to simulate to the midseason point. I think this team should be pretty good. We'll double check our schemes and see what ends up happening this season. Like I said, we should be pretty solid. You're 70% on that. We could go West Coast zone run. That's 79%. I think that's what I'm going to run. And then Tampa 2 defensive scheme. We're going to run a different defensive scheme. Probably 3-4 under because that's a better fit for us. And we'll see how this team does at the end of the season. Or mid-season. We'll see how we're doing. All right, so we are underperforming a little bit. 3-4. Should be a lot better, but somehow we're struggling. And I'm not really sure why. But we're going to take a look at that and see what's going on. So Hurts only has 3 passing touchdowns. That's not very good. 3 interceptions, 63% completion percentage, 84.8 pass rating. It's got to improve there. I do think he will get better. But yeah, our offense has been struggling. Swift, 393, 5 TDs, 250 and 2 from Hurts, 143 and 5 from Gainwell. Devontae Smith on the receiving, 359, 1 TD, 348 and 0 for Brown. Olamide with 320, no TDs. Dallas Goedert, 187 1. In terms of blocking, has been not too bad. Bradbury's leading the team in tackles with 36, 33 from Sweat, 32 from Carter, 31 from Slay Jr., 29 from Elliott and Morrow, 27 from Edmonds, 26 from Reddick. okay. Our sacks, 4 from Graham, 2 from Sweat and Cunningham, 1.5 from Reddick, 1 from Bradbury, Carter, Williams, Javis, and it kind of just goes down from there. 4 interceptions from Slade Jr., and these guys have 1. Kicking, Elliott, just a punting man, kick return, and punt return. So not too great in the season. I feel like our offense, we're 12th right now, 17th defensive yards. So I could be seeing a little bit more from Hurts. Our passing is slightly below average. Our rush is at 795, which is pretty good. But we're not really scoring too much. 18.7 points per game. Could definitely look to improve that. Defensively, you saw the yardage is bottom half of the league. Slightly, it's 17th. Pass yards allowed, 15-19. That's near the top. Our rush defense has been pretty solid. We are allowing 143 points per game, which is not too bad. Could be better. I don't think we're going to make any moves, though, this season. I think we'll just let it play out and see what happens in the offseason. So, if anything, we just take the L this year. And we have a lot of guys up for contracts, though. We're going to have a decent amount of money. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, you want to keep around some of these guys like Kelsey and Evans and all these guys. I'm assuming they don't retire. So, there's a few guys we want to keep. And we'll have the draft. So, yeah, I'm going to do what I need to do, make sure the draft clad's loaded in, and we'll simulate to the end of the season. I think this year, if we struggle, it's not a big deal. We have 4 more seasons, but I'm a little bit surprised that we were started off this bad. All right, so we had a pathetic season, 5-12. We were really bad. I think part of it was injuries, because there's just no way we were that bad. We had a lot of guys hurt, a decent amount, so we could blame it on injuries for some of it, but I do think we underperformed for sure. Yeah, not a great season. That's okay. We got 4 more years, but definitely a disappointing way to end the season. Hurts didn't do that great either. 11 interceptions, 13 TDs, not very good. 66% completion percentage is solid, but an 89.3 pass rate. He's got to get that up. Got to cut down the interceptions. See the passing yards there. Rush-wise, Swift, 93 yards, 14 TDs, 623 and 11 from Hurts, 324 and 8 from Gainwell. In terms of receiving, A.J. Brown, 832 and 2, 744 and 1 from Olamide. 704 from Smith. Goddard with 607 and 3. How's our blocking? Blocking, not too bad. I mean, a lot could have been better. Edmonds led the team in tackles with 88. 83 from Bradbury in 4th. Morrow had 73. 70 from Slade Jr., 67 from Sweat, 64 from Elliott, 59 from Carter, 55 from Reddick and Blankenship. 49 between Sidney Brown, Brandon Graham, 48 for Cunningham, 46 from Evans, 32 from this Evans, 24 from Davis. Sack-wise, we had 8 from Graham, 3.5 from Reddick. These guys had 3, these guys had 2, and they kind of just go down from there. Darius Slay led the team in interceptions with 4, but didn't have any past the midseason point. 2 from Bradbury, and then these guys all had 1. And then there's your kicking, your punting, your kick return, and punt return. So as you saw, obviously our rankings were very good. I mean, 14th offensive yards, which isn't bad, I guess. Our passing was 35-73, which I would want to say is probably slightly below average, and it is. Our rush was at 1952, which is close to being okay. I mean, nothing too crazy there. 21.6 points per game. It could be better. I feel like we struggled defensively, and that is an accurate thing to say because we were pretty bad. Pass yards near the top allowed. Rush yards was pretty good, but we did allow 436 points, second most, only behind the Cardinals. So, yeah, we were a pretty bad team this year, but we'll have a good pick, which is cool. So, something different. And we'll try to get some of these guys back, develop some of our players, and we'll kind of just go on from there. So, let's see who ends up winning the Super Bowl and then out in the offseason. So, the Chiefs beat the Cowboys 29-22. Patrick Mahomes Finals MVP. Prescott, Taylor, Kupp, Parsons, Rice, and Young. Byron Young, that is. Rookies of the Year, Chiefs and Rams, respectively. Let's head on to the offseason. All right, so we got 19 players up in negotiation. I think a few of these guys have options. Smith has an option, so we accept that. Swift like T. Brown, Elliott, Edmonds here still, Evans. I think Kelsey might have retired because I don't see him on here. We guess we could re-sign. Some of these guys down here we don't really need, but we can try to get some of these guys up here back. That'd be great. So I'll see what we end up getting, keeping, and if I need to add a couple guys to free agency in the draft. All right, so I think I'm willing to, let some of these guys test. Swift wants to test, which is fine. $28 million. I mean, we need to get a left-end center. Try to do that. I mean, Edmonds, I think I'll just let walk. because I feel like we're good on strong safety. But definitely want to get a better running back. I mean, if I can't with Swift, but I like to keep him anyway. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to head on to free agency. We'll see what we can pick it up. We have 20, we'll give it 20 million. I'm not going to do any contract restructurings this season. So we'll try to see if we can get some of these guys on our squad. So we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys once free agency passes. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys free agency recap. Unfortunately, we lost out on Swift, but that's okay. I'm going to show you guys who we signed. So we picked up Dalvin Cook to replace him. We got Sterling Shepard, another wide receiver. We got Connor McGovern, new center. But Kowski with a left end and right outside linebackers be Yatur Gross-Matos. So that's what we got there. Free agency. Not too bad. So we're going to head on to the draft. I'll show you guys my first round pick. We have Milt Williams trade offers. We'll review them. Because we do have a couple defensive tackles. Man, we can get a different position if needed. It wouldn't be too big of a deal. I mean, I guess get like Romeo Dobbs in the 7th. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. But I think, yeah, if I didn't sign another wide receiver, that trade would work. But I'm not going to do that. So we'll keep Milt Williams on the team. So let's head on to the draft. I'll show you guys who we take with our first round pick, and then we'll head on to the draft recap from there. I have a great pick here, pick number 3. I mean, if I want to go talent, I mean, obviously it would make sense to go like Doug Hewitt. That would just make the most sense. I mean, we could trade for more picks. I mean, I could draft a quarterback if I really wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. I think we go with Doug Hewitt. I don't think it makes sense to pass up on Doug, so we'll pick him with pick number 3. I'll do the rest of the draft picks off camera. I'll let you know who we get. All right, so let's look at the draft recap before we simulate to the start of the second season here. So as you can see, we've got Hewitt, Cook, we got Wiley, Childress, Richard, backup QB, and then left end. So nothing too crazy in the draft, but getting Doug Hewitt a top 3 pick could be something potential talent, maybe a trade piece down the road for our squad. I like it. So let's head on to the start of the second season, look at the roster, and then go on from there. All right, so to start the second season, this is who we have. So we'll take a look at the roster here to boot. We'll go on from there. So QB is going to be Hurts. Still, we've got Galvin Cook, new running back, Gainwell. Fullbacks to be Richard, who drafted. We got A.J. Brown, Monte Smith, who's hurt right now. Doug Hewitt, and also signed Sean Chubb. So actually, Doug Hewitt's going to be our number 3 wide receiver. Dallas Goedert, our tight end. Left tackle to be Lotta. Dickerson's going to be left guard. Center Connor McGovern. Right guard George Cook, we drafted. Lane Johnson, right tackle. Left end's going to be Fatukasi. So that's going to be our right end. Defensive tackle would be Carter and Davis. Reddick's going to be our left outside linebacker. Mid linebacker Evans. Right outside linebacker Yatur. Slade Jr., Bradbury the 4th, and Maddox corners. Also Rise at Rogers Seniors right there. Free safety Blankenship. Strong safety Sean Elliott. Kicking is Elliott. Jake Elliott, that is. We don't have a punter, so we'll just pick up a punter, and then we got our picks right there. So let's see how we do. Let's get a punter before we start simulating. Look at that improved team functionality and see what we can get here. So let's try to look for a punter. I would take anybody here. Brady Gilkin. We get Brady Man back. I'm going to go with Gilkin, and we'll pick him up to be our punter. So, cool stuff. All right, I think that's it from me. We'll go to the midseason, see how this team does, and I will see you guys once I'm there. Okay, well, we're 7-0. There you go. That is what we like to see. So, we're having a great season this year. Let's see the stats here. We got Jalen Hurts having a great year. This year, he's doing great. 846 yards, 11 TDs, 1 interception, 74% completion percentage, 123.8 passer rating. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Rushing-wise, Dalvin Cook, 398.5 and 8 TDs, 295 and 3 from Hurts, 183 and 4 from Gainwell. Receiving-wise, Devontae Smith, 525 yards, 4 TDs, 427 1 from A.J. Brown. Doug Hewitt, 3-1 and 4, 2-2 and 4 and 1 from Goddard. Our blocking has been pretty good, except for Malata. I mean, 6 tackles. 6 sacks last a little too high, but we'll see if maybe we can have a better second half of the season. There's Slightly in team of tackles with 39, 36 from Dean. Brown's got 32, 31 from Elliott, 26 from Maddox, 25 from Sweat, 23 from Reddick, 22 from Bradbury the 4th and Carter, 21 from Davis, and you see it goes on and on and on. QB sacks, 4.5 from Reddick, 3.5 from Carter, 3 from Sweat, 2 from Davis, and 1 from Sidney. And then your 4 interceptions as a team. Jake Elliott's made of all his field goals, missed him 1 extra point, here's punting. Kick return, Doug Hewitt's got a TD, and punt return, Isaiah Rogers Sr. All right. Trying to go back here. We're number 1 offensive yards. Passing is going to be relatively high. And it is third highest, and our rush is at 933, second highest, and we're scoring 30.9 points per game, which is leading the league. Bill's still better than us, though, for some reason. Defensively, we've been pretty bad in terms of yards, actually. I guess it's passing yards. A lot of teams have been passing up and down the football field against us, which makes sense. But, compared to the Cardinals, they're 0-7 because they suck. Our rush defense has been second best, though. And then we're allowing 130 points, which is pretty good. So, we're doing well. We're doing well. We could make a trade. We see what Bill Williams is giving me. I mean, he's got a couple of offers on the table. Let's see if they're the same. We can look. See what happens. If they're any better. They are not that good of offers. Not really. Duvernay. I mean, if I wanted to get picks. If I wanted extra picks, I'd do some of these deals, but I don't know. Noah Fant is interesting from the Seahawks. We get a 4th and a 6th. But obviously with Dallas Goedert, so it's like, do I really need him? Not necessarily. But for the picks, maybe. For the picks, right? That's the thing. But I think we'll just keep the team as is. It ain't broke, don't fix. It ain't broke, don't fix. Let's keep it up. I would probably end up making the playoffs. I mean, I would be shocked if we missed out. So, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So, your boys went 16-1. It's pretty insane. You see the rankings look great except for defensive pass yards per game. So, we got that bye. That's pretty impressive. 16-1 is a damn good team. And that makes us have immense pressure to win. Hurts, 4,306 yards, 29 TDs, 3 interceptions, 74% completion percentage, 124 passer rating. It's really good. Cook, rush-wise, 1,220 yards, 16 TDs, 671 and 7 from Hurts, 321 and 13 from Gainwell. Devontae Smith, 1,404 yards and 15 TDs. Love to see that from him. Doug Hewitt, 917 and 9. He might have won the Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. A.J. Brown, 853 and 2, 654 and 2 from Goddard. Then you got your sacks allowed. I mean, besides Jordan, everyone else was good. Defensively, Sidney Brown led the team in tackles with 90, 83 from Dean, 81 from Slade Jr., 72 from Bradbury IV, 65 from Sean Elliott, 64 from Maddox, 54 from Blankenship, 50 from Carter, Hassan Reddick 49, 45 from Sweat and Davis, 30 from Evans, not too bad, 27 from Smith Jr. In terms of sacks allowed, Carter with 9, 5.5 from Reddick, 5.5 from Sweat, 3 from Davis, 1 from Brown, 1 from Nolan Smith, 1 from these guys. Yeah, half that on there. 7 interceptions there from Slade Jr. lead the team. They got Brown with 4. 2 from Bradbury. 2 from a bunch of these guys down here. So everybody that had an interception had multiple. And you got Elliott's kicking, punting, Blake, kick return, and then punt return. So we're the number 1 team in offense, which makes sense. I mean, you see the yardage is really good. 4,340 yards. It's number 4th in the league, and we're the best rush team. No, we're the 4th best. Scored the most points? Absolutely. And then defensively, surprisingly, it's pretty high. There we go. We ended up being pretty high. Pass yards allowed 4,009 is pretty bad, but our rush was number 1, and we allowed, the 4th least amount of points. So we're really good. So we'll see we're taking on in the divisional. I'll simulate to that, and then we'll go on to Super Sim. And, yeah, obviously we have a lot of pressure to win, so hopefully we can do that. All right, so we have the 9-8 Seahawks. We're at Lincoln Financial Field, so there you see their rankings. I mean, we should be able to beat this team, but EA sometimes likes to do the funny. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. I'm going to simulate. I'll see you guys at... All right, divisional round is here. By the way, if I keep doing this with my neck, I apologize. I just have a sore neck, and I don't know how to fix it. So it is what it is. I'm sure you guys didn't really care, but I wanted to mention it. So listen to the end of the game. Let's see if we can get first blood. We do. Up 7-0. We get a stop there. We're going to score again here. Go up 14-0 in the first quarter. They score, but we score right back. 21-7. They're going to make it 21-14. Can we go score in the second half? Nope. And they're going to get a field goal there. And 21-17. Third quarter, we get a TD. 28-17. Get a stop. We're going to score again. Make it 35-17 fourth quarter. They're going to score, but it's not going to matter as we're going to end up winning this football game 35-24 to advance to the National Football Conference championship game. As we win 35-24. Shout out to the boys. Jalen Hurts, 265, 3 TDs. I mean, Geno Smith was solid, but not good enough to beat Jalen Hurts. And, I mean, we had a great first quarter. That's what it really boiled down to. So, yeah, let's head on and see who we're taking on in the NFC Conference Championship game. It's the boys in Dallas. 12-5 versus 61. I mean, 4 games better than them. And we have the home team. You see the rank is number 3 offense, number 14 defense. slightly better than them. This should be interesting. We're gonna sim. Try to go to the Super Bowl this season. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Here we are. NFC Conference Championship game versus Dallas. Let's see how we fare against Dallas here. We're going to head on into the Super Sim. Hope we can get the first blood here. Looks like we will. I have a good feeling about it. We don't. We actually did. There we go. Okay, 7-0. They're going to get a field goal there, 7-3. They're going to get another field goal, 7-6. We're going to score a touchdown, 14-6. It's going to be 14-9 going to the second half. Dallas is going to score right here, 14-12. And they got to score a touchdown. They're up 19-14. Can we get a score here? We do. Make it 20-19. It's close. And we forced a turnover. But Dallas scores a field goal last minute. Shout out EA. Love it as we lose in the conference championship game after going 16-1. Love it. 2-point lead to the Cowboys, who shouldn't be winning. I mean, realistically speaking, I mean, the Cowboys always choke in the playoffs. And this is coming from the Cowboys fan. God dang. I mean, Hurts, 169, 2 DDs. Nothing crazy. Okay, I mean, good season, but, like, you can't lose, like that. It's just typical. All right, well, let's see what ends up happening here. Who wins the Super Bowl? We got a couple moves making the offseason for sure. Chiefs win the Super Bowl again, 31-28. Gives me hope when I plays with them, but knowing EA probably won't happen. Hurts won the MVP. I mean, that's pretty cool. Sirianni was Coach of the Year. Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year. Parsons, Cowboys, Defensive Player of the Year. We had Drake from the Vikings. Jerry Claiborne from the Browns when he rookie this year. So, Doug Hewitt did not get it. Thought he would get it, but unfortunately didn't. All right. Let's go on to the third season. All right. We got 14 players, about 22 million, close to it, a little below it. I mean, Reddick, got to get him back. Davis has an option, so we've got to accept that bad boy. A couple of these guys, I think, might have options. Or is it just him? Is it really just him? Yeah, it really was just him. So Elliott's free agent. Billy Gillikin's a free agent. Doesn't want to try to keep back maybe Blankenship. Williams, maybe. Could let walk. Rogers Sr. Kenneth Gainwell. Wouldn't mind re-signing him as a backup. Obviously, Sweat, Dickerson. We want to get Reddick back. So, yeah, might have to restructure some contracts. I'll look around, see who's making a lot of money. If we can free up some money. More money, that'd be awesome. All right, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to re-sign like Reddick. So I'm going to have to find a left outside linebacker in the draft. Or maybe trade for one. Gainwell, going to have to walk. Rogers Sr. is going to have to walk. Milt Williams, we're going to let walk anyway. I mean, I could try to re-sign a couple of these guys here, like Gillikin, if he wants to re-sign. Or Jake Elliott. I feel like we can get some of these guys back anyway at some point. So we could just probably hold off on getting kickers and punters. But, I mean, if we want it, yeah, no, it's not going to work. All right. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, we're basically just get back free agency. I can really restructure any of the contracts, so we're just going to lose some talent, which sucks, but it is what it is, and we'll just have to figure it out in the draft. All right, I traded a future first-round pick in 2027. We got ourselves a second-round pick this year from the Giants, also a fourth, 2 7s, and a third-round pick in 2026. So I just wanted to get some extra draft capital for this season, just to maybe try to find some extra replacements, maybe develop some of our young guys. So that's kind of the idea there.
Better on the aux.
On the aux, probably JT. Me.
Better driver?
Me, for sure. He can't drive.
JT again?
He can't drive at all.
Better at 2K.
He probably said him.
Probably JT.
Do you think you are?
Yeah, I'm better.
Who's more likely to put his card down at dinner?
Who's more likely? JT.
Me.
He also said you. Better sneaker collection.
I do.
I don't really wear sneakers like that.
Who's more competitive?
Probably me for sure.
He probably said him. I'm going to say me.
Who won last time you played one-on-one?
Last time? I don't know the last time.
Me for sure.
He probably said he beat me.
Who's more likely to be on time?
Me, for sure.
Probably JT.
Who's better on the...
All right, let's look at the draft recap here, in case you guys are curious to see who we got. So we got Bennett, Long, Toon. Just wanted to get a few guys there. We got a couple ends. Another running back, cornerback, couple wide receivers, free safety, mid linebacker. I mean, overall, not a bad draft. I got some extra depth for the team going forward. So we'll head on to the start of the third season. I got to get a kicker and a punter to just round out the team. But we'll do that, fairly easily. Hopefully, I can do it and not the CPU, because I would like to be able to sign my own kicker and punter. All right, so let's see the team for the third season. We got ourselves a Jalen Hurts as a QB. We got running backs. We got Cook still with Weston, Tyler Badee. Richard's gonna be our fullback. Got AJ Brown, Vontae Smith, and Doug Hewitt as your wide receivers. Tight ends be Dallas Goedert. Left tackle Jordan Mailata. Landon Dickerson's left guard. Center's Connor McGovern still. Right guard's going to be George Cook. Right tackle, Lane Johnson. Fatukowski be our left end. Also, Vondre Long, who we drafted. He'll probably end up being the starting left end soon. Josh Sweat's going to be our right end. Jalen Carter, defensive tackle with Jordan Davis. Nolan Smith Jr. left outside linebacker is hurt. Sean Evans, mid linebacker. Same thing, Kobe Dean. Right outside linebacker still Gross Matos. Darius Slade Jr. Corners with Bradbury IV and Lynn Bennett, who we drafted. Also have Clay Ringo as well. That's pretty cool. But he's hurt. Blankenship, free safety, strong safety, Elliott. No kicking, no punting. So we're going to try to sign a kicker and a punter for the season. See if we can get our own. If not, CP will just have to do it. Which I'm hoping it's us, but you never know. So we go to the improved team. We might look to make a trade at the midseason. Not right now, but the midseason. But let's see. Butker for kicking. I wouldn't be too mad with that. I think I'm going to go with Butker instead of McPherson. So yeah, we'll pick up Harrison Butker to be our kicker. And then punting, we will go with Alex Gordani. Wonderful. All right, so that's going to be the squad, at least for now. Maybe at the midseason we'll make a move. I would want to double-check the trade center to see what our space is. I think we'll have a little bit of money. 2.1, we could probably free up a little bit more. We can throw in a player in there as well. A couple picks. So we'll wait, though. We'll head on to the third mid-season into this video. I'll see you guys once from there. We should be pretty solid again. All right, so we are 3-4 right now at the mid-season point, which isn't very good. Once again, we're having a bad season. It's like we're up and down, up and down, up and down. Hurt's been okay. 1,560 yards, 10 TDs, 2 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, 104-point passer rating. It's not bad. Dalvin Cook's 460 and 4. We have 260 and 2 from Hurts. On the rushing, receiving, Devontae Smith, 420, nice. 2 TDs, 361 and 3 from Hewitt, 358 and 2 from Brown, 250 and 3 from Goddard. Blocking has been relatively okay. Evans leading the team in tackles 62, and it's not even close to the next person's Darius Slade Jr. and James Bradbury, the fourth with 32. 33 from Elliott, 27 from Carter, 26 from Dean, 25 from Brown, 22 from Gross Matos, 20 from Blankenship on the tackles. So that's got 5 tackles for losses. 2 sacks from Davis, 2 from Carter, 1.5 from Carter and Sweat, 1 from Dean Long, half sack from Blankenship and Bennett. Got 6 interceptions to the team. Defensively, kicking-wise, Butker, and your punting, kick return, and punt return. So 6 offensive yards, that's pretty good. It's not too bad. Our pass yards, 1,566, that's close to the top. 825 rushes, not too bad as well, and we're scoring 23.4 points per game, which is also pretty good. So I don't think our offense is the problem. I do think our defense is a bit bad. As we look at the yardage, we are near the bottom, allowing 174 points per game as well, third worst in the league. 861 on the rush, that's pretty bad, and passing is also pretty bad. So we're definitely going to try to trade for some defensive players here to improve the defense, also try to change around the scheme. So I'm going to do that, look for a move, and see if we can improve our defense. All right, I traded Fatukasi, Gross Matos, 2 first-round picks to the Bears. We got Orosu Koromoa, Gordon, and Brisker, bolster defense, as well as 2 7th-round picks and a 3rd-round pick in 2026. So we're taking a little bit of risk here, improve the defense, trading away a couple firsts, but we get a couple guys that fit the team. They're under a long-term contract. So hopefully that'll bolster up the defense a little bit, and we can try to win some football games again. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We're hopefully in the playoffs. All right, so we ended up going 12-5. Great moves there to help us out, and it did bolster the defense a bit. We finished up in the 16th in terms of yardage, so not too bad. See the other rankings there, overall ranks. So pretty good. Take on the Rams, we're 8-9. Should be able to beat them, but you never know with this game, right? Let's look at the statistics. Hurts, not too bad of a season. 3,880 yards, 31 TDs, 3 interceptions. That's pretty good. Yeah, 74% completion percentage, 121.7 passer rating. Love it. Dalvin Cook, 1,111 yards, 12 TDs, 598.9 from Hurts is nice. 275 and 8 from Dexter Weston. 1,203 yards receiving-wise from Devontae Smith. He had 6 TDs as well. A.J. Brown, 742 and 5, 733 and 6 from Hewitt. And we had 636 and 9 from Dallas Goedert. In terms of sacks allowed, we were solid on that front. So the blocking was pretty good. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, 117 tackles lead the team. He had 7 tackles for loss as well. 83 from Slade Jr., 80 from Brisker, 79 from Elliott, 74 from Evans, 68 from Bradbury IV, round 61-60 from Blankenship, and it goes on from there. 58 from Carter, 51 from Sweat, 40 from Davison Jr. Not too bad. Sack-wise, 7 from Long, 6.5 from Carter, 5 from Sweat and Davis, and it keeps going on. A lot of guys with 1.5. 4 interceptions from Elliott, 3 from Slay Jr., 2 from Brown, and then a bunch of guys with 1. There's your kicking for Butker. Could have been a little bit better on that. Gordon punting. Cam McCain, special teams. Same thing with Twan Gallery. So you saw there, number 6 in terms of offensive yards gained, which is pretty solid. Passing was relatively high. Our rush was, I want to say, relatively high. And it was 26.8 points per game. Second most in the league. Tied second most in the league, I guess. Falcons went 16-1, so that's good to know. Here's your pass yards. On defense, we were still pretty high on that end. The rush was a little bit better. 1794 improvement. And we allowed 342 points as a team, which is, I think, close to top half of the league. Tied for it. All right, let's see if we can beat the Rams in the divisional. Oh, to get to the divisional, because this is the wild card. So let's see if we can beat them. We are heading to Lincoln Financial Field here. We're about to head to the Super Sim, and we're going to go on here and see if we can beat the Rams. We're going to sim to the end of the game. Starting off here, Rams going to get first blood. No, they're not. We are 7-0. Good stop there on our defense. So going to the second quarter, they're going to score there and tie it up, make it 7-7. They're going to score a touchdown, take the lead. We're going to get a field goal there. Going to the second half, it's 17-10 them. We're going to tie it up, though. Going to the fourth quarter, they're going to take the lead 24-17. Can we score it and tie it up? We do tie it up. Can we get a stop? We do get a stop. Going to OT. Can we score here? No, we can't. And they're going to get a field goal to win the game. Shout out EA and the Sim Engine. Woo! 8-9, we lose. Okay. Once again, a field goal, by the way. It's always a field goal. It's literally always a field goal that we lose on. I'm starting to get pissed off by it. Scotty Williams outplaying Jalen Hurts. Not by too much, but he definitely outplayed him. Dalvin Cook, 21 carries, 85 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 81 yards. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 43 yards. We got 2 more seasons. I need to see more progress from this team, and I'm not really seeing it. So we got to figure it out quick. So let's head on to the offseason. Definitely got to make a couple moves. So when the Falcons go 16-1, they can win the Super Bowl, right, EA? Desmond Ridder, Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes, Smith, Brandon Ayuk. Parsons, Quincy Randolph from the Browns, and Cardinals, Tony Esquivel. Winning rookies there respectively. So, of course, when the Falcons go 16-1, they can win the Super Bowl, right? That makes sense, EA. Alright, we got 2 more seasons to go on our 4th season. We got some work to do. Alright, so we have a little bit of money to play around with, but not too much. I know there's a couple options that we have, so we're going to accept all those. Got to get Devontae Smith back. Carter has an option, so we're going to accept his option. A lot I like to keep. Smith Jr. has an option, so we're going to accept both of them. And then I think there's a few other guys down here. Dallas Goedert, there's Slay, like keep. Lane Johnson, we can try to re-sign. So there's some guys we can keep on the squad for sure. So I'll negotiate some contracts. Definitely going to try to see if we can do some contract restructuring so we have a little more cap space. We'll go on from there. Alright, so we don't have much money. I mean, Slay, I'm going to let him walk, I think. I'm going to just, same with Bradbury, I think. We're just going to let him, actually, no. I think I can get Bradbury back. Yeah, I can. I'm going to try to see if I can get him back. Throw him a contract, see if he signs that. Okay, then we're just going to franchise tag Mailata. So yeah, Slay Jr., just going to let him walk, unfortunately. Not a big deal. So we have no money. Can't restructure the contract of Hurts yet, but I think in our 5th and final season we might be able to. So yeah, unfortunately, no free agency this year. But we have a couple picks. I guess we could just try to add some more depth to the draft. I mean, I don't think we have a first-round pick, but we'll see what we do have. So we'll go to the draft recap. That's probably what I see. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a great free agency anyway. Antonio. Yeah, no, this is not a good free agency. Hopefully next season, 5th and final season, we might have a couple good guys out there that we can pick up just to add some talent. But yeah, all right. I'll see you guys at the draft recap, and we'll see who end up picking up. I have actually a couple of things. I have Sidney Brown offers. I'll show you guys the draft recap in a moment. But I want to take a look at these. There's anything I want to do here. Jalen Tolbert would be interesting, but I don't think I want him. The game, I can get Gainwell back for a 5th. Which I think I want to do. The Panthers? Do I need Sidney Brown? I have Deshaun Elliott, right? So I don't think I need him. Do I need Gainwell though? I don't really need Gainwell. I feel like our offense is fine. I mean, we'll look at the start of the 3rd, 4th season rather, and we'll see. But here's our draft recap, in case you guys are curious. Who we got? So, yeah, we got a couple tight ends, some mid linebackers, some wide receivers. Okay, nothing too crazy. All right, I'll see you guys at the start of 4th season. Maybe that trade will still be there if I want to make that move. All right, so here we go. 4th season. Let's look at the roster. See what we got. Hurts, obviously our QB. Weston's going to be our running back. I guess we could get Gainwell, because I do need a better running back. Maybe try to trade for one. Charles going to be our fullback, wide receiver, Brown, Smith, and Hewitt. Goddard's going to be our tight end. Left tackle, Malato's on a franchise tag. We still got Dickerson as our left guard. Connor McGovern center. Right guard's be George Cook. Lane Johnson right tackle. Andre Long left end. Right end's Josh Sweat. Defensive tackle Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Left outside linebacker Nolan Smith. Right mid linebacker we got Rashawn Evans still with Proctor. Osakura Moses my right outside linebacker. Corners Bradbury the 4th is back on the team. We obviously because we kept him. We got Lynn Bennett. And then we got Kyler Gordon. It's also bad. Ringo's also down there too. Blankenship free safety, strong safety is Deshaun Elliott. We also have Brisker. So yeah, I guess I could trade Sidney Brown because we have Elliott and Brisker. So I feel like we're good on strong safety, and then we just need a kicker and a punter. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get Gainwell back, just another run back. I think that'll be helpful there. So never mind, he's not even there anymore. Actually, I do want to try to make a trade though to get a better running back. So let's see. Well, never mind, I can't really do that. Cap room. Okay. Can't do that. And I probably can't sign a kicker and a punter because of cap room. So the CPU just gonna have to do that, which is fine. Butker would be great. Yeah, but we're over the cap. So yeah, CPU will just get a kicker and a punter for us. They'll maybe do their magic. So yeah, I'm just gonna simulate to the midseason point. We'll see how the team's doing and go off. All right, the boys are sitting at 5-1 right now, top of the NFC East. You see the rankings. Overall, not too bad. I mean, the offense has actually been pretty bad this season, but the defense has been really good. So that's cool to see. We have some trade offers here. Sidney Brown's to review them. Looks like it can make a trade now. Dante Jackson, 2 7s. I mean, that's not really want. I do want Gainwell, so I think I'll do that trade for Gainwell from the Panthers. And we're going to do that and get a 7th round pick. Oh, nope, never mind, can't. Okay, so there's trade offers, but I can't do it. So, never mind, I won't do a trade. Lied. Alright, stats. How we doing? Let's look at the stats. Hurts, I mean, not throwing the ball too much, but he's doing alright. 12 TDs, 1 interception, 75% completion percentage, 122.3 pass rating. So when he does throw it, he's doing well. Running, yeah, rush is pretty bad. 323 yards from Weston and 267 from 3. Yeah, we're pretty bad. I mean, offensively, not really a great team. A.J. Brown, 383, 1 TD, 375 and 6 from Devonta Smith, 235 from Doug Hewitt, 1 TD, 167 2 from Dallas Goedert. Blocking has been relatively good. Defensively, Oyster Cormo, 31 tackles, 25 from Brown and Brisker, 24 from Bradbury the 4th, 23 from Bennett, 20 from Carter and Evans, and it just goes on from there. In terms of sacks, we got 4 from Carter, 3 from Jordan Davis, 1.5 from Oyster Cormo. These guys have 1, half sack from Nolan Jr., 3 interceptions as a team. Kicking, there's McLaughlin, who's been pretty solid. And your punting, and your kick return, and your punt return. Special teams. So not too bad. 27th off the yard zero. That's not very good. So maybe we change around the scheme a little bit. But yeah, 1273, passing, definitely near the bottom. Rush, 730. Also not really too high, I don't think. Not quite. But we are scoring 25.2 points per game, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So when we do get up and down the football field, we take advantage of the opportunity. Now, defensively, least amount of points allowed, which is great. We're at 600 rush yards, which is really good. 1,015 passing yards. So our defense has been this season. So let's keep that as is. Really, so they can't make any trades, so like the scheme for the offense, if you want to change that up. So we'll go to schemes, team schemes. We've got West Coast zone run, not the best fit. So we can maybe run something else, like, I guess, West Coast power run. We're still good base 4-3. That's probably our best, and we'll just keep it that way. Because that's what we've been doing. So, yeah, defense looks good. Keep the offense. Maybe change that up a little bit, see what happens. And see if we can win some more football games. Boys finished 15-2 this season. So, not 6-1, but 15-2. Really solid. Got the bye. Which is fantastic. Love that. See the stats. Hurts, pretty good. 3,770 yards, 30 TDs, 33 interceptions, 75% completion percentage. and a 119.8 passer rating. Rush-wise, Dexter Weston, 1,005 yards, 10 TDs. Not too bad. Jalen Hurts, 688 and 7. Love that, too, from him. Kane, 248 and 5. Patty Boa, 102 and 4 as a fullback. Devonta Smith, 1,214 yards, 9 TDs, 734 and 8 from A.J. Brown. 608 and 2 from Hewitt. And then we got 585 and 6 from Dallas. These top 4 guys. Blocking, not terrible. Pretty good. Then you got your tackles. Osakoromo, 93, 74 from Brisker, 72 from Bradbury the 4th. 65 from Sidney Brown, 61 from Bennett, 60 from Blankenship. And it just goes on. I mean, team played pretty solid defensively, looks like. How'd our sacks look? We had 6.5 from Sweat. 6 from Davis, 5 from Carter, 4.5 from Long, 2.5 from Brisker, 2 from Osakoromo and Smith Jr. And it goes on from there. Interceptions, 4 from Elliott, 3 from Brisker, and 3 from Osakoromo. These guys down here have 1. How's our kicking looking? McLaughlin, 17 of 20, 51 and 52 extra points. Punting, Rico, Peralta. Then you've got your kick return and punt return. Pretty cool. So number 10 offense. Pretty cool. Let's see. Where were we? Right there. Top 10 in terms of yardage. 3,792 on the pass. Which is not too bad, but we did run the ball a lot. 2,066 yards, and we scored a lot. 26.7 points per game is pretty good. Defensively, this is where our bread and butter was. We were really good defensively. Pass yards allowed, second least amount, only to the Steelers. Our rush allowed was the least amount. And we allowed the least amount of points, of course, too. So that's fantastic. Let's see how we do in the playoffs. I mean, the divisional's coming up. Let's see if we can get past it, go back to the conference championship, and then maybe make a run in the Super Bowl and win it. And we get our championship, and then at the final season, we can just screw around. So we got the Buccaneers, 8 and 9. You see their rankings. I mean, again, on paper, we are way more talented than them. Let's show it in the Super Sim and get on to the conference championship. All right, here we are at the divisional. Pretty solid stuff there. Lincoln Financial Field. We're heading on to the Super Sim. Let's see how we fare against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we're going to start off here. Tampa's going to get the first blood, 3-0 on field goal. We're going to take the lead there, 7-3. Going to the second quarter, we're going to have forced a turnover. It's 14-3 now. We're going to make it 17-3. Going to the second half, we're up 17-3. And we can't seem to score. Fourth quarter, we are going to score here. We're going to end up winning the football game 24-10. And that'll be all she wrote. So not too bad there from the defense. We stepped it up. 24-10. Love it. I'll take it. Jalen Hurts, 206 yards, 1 TD. Outbested Zachary Walton. And you can see there some player stats. Nothing too crazy from the offense, but our defense, as long as our defense plays like that, I will take it. So let's head on to the conference championship game. We've got the Lions. Rawr. Okay. Didn't mean to do that, but there we go. I did it, and it's staying in. They were the 23rd ranked offense team in terms of yardage, but you can see their other rankings are pretty good on offense, and they were number 4th ranked defense. Their defense rankings look pretty good. We are the home team. Let's see if we can beat them and advance to the Super Bowl. That'd be fun. So the conference championship game is upon us. Let's see how we do here against the Detroit Lions. So we're going to on the Super Sim and see if we can win it all and then go on to the Super Bowl. Start off here, first quarter. We are going to be scoreless. In the second quarter, Detroit's going to get the lead. They're 7-0. We're going to tie it up 7-7. They're going to take the lead again, 14-7 going to the second half. And Detroit has the lead. They're going to score another touchdown. It's 21-7. And we are struggling to score. And we finally get a point there, 24-14. They turn the ball over, 24-21. Can we turn it over? Can't win. Can't win as we lose by 3 once again. But we didn't lose by a field goal. We didn't lose on a field goal. We lost by a field goal because field goals were 3 points. 24-21. Can't get to the Super Bowl. That is unfortunate. But we have one more season, so never fear. Maybe we can somehow get there in our 5th and final season, but it's going to be tough, man. Our offense is going to need to step up a little bit. Because that's the problem. Our offense just... What are we doing? I mean, the fourth quarter was good, but not good enough. Not good enough. Jared Goff, I mean, he was pretty good. I mean, the defense could have been a little bit better today, but still. Definitely got to get a running back, for sure. I got to prioritize that. Bills won the Super Bowl, 24-17 over the Lions. Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP. We had Lamar Jackson, Nick Sirianni, our coach of the year. Lamar Jackson, Ravens, 49ers, Nick Bosa, and we had Nick Crowd from the Panthers, and Carl Priester from the Lions, winning Rookies of the Year, respectively. 5th and final season. Let's do it. Got to make some moves. try to restructure some contracts. We have some guys that need to be re-signed. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun off season, but it's gonna be our most important one. So, all right, 33 million. Nothing too crazy. 10 players up to negotiation. Want to keep Davis. Want to keep Brown. Hewitt's got an option, so obviously gonna accept that. Sidney Brown. I mean, you can keep him or not. Doesn't really matter too much. Killaringo. Anybody else here? Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to try to see if we could negotiate some of this salary down. So I'm going to do some of my signings, and I'll let you know who we keep and who we restructure. All right, I want to keep Brown or City Brown, but I think I'm going to let him walk. A.J. Brown, I'm not going to franchise tag him, but I'm going to try to see if I can get it back in free agency. Or sign somebody as a replacement. I may not be able to, but I would have to make some trades. I mean, at the very least, if I lose him, I lose him. It is what it is. But I would like to keep him around if possible. Now, one thing I will say is this. I will say the following. If I look at these team salaries again, now I can't restructure Hurts. Doesn't let me. But I can restructure my Lotta and get back a little bit more cap space for free agency. Now, it's not going to be great. But I did restructure, most of the people that I, was able to restructure. I mean, we could restructure Bennett, Ringo if I really wanted to. Restructure him. Again, just to free up a tad bit of cap. As much as we can, you know what I mean? So, $250K from Blankenship. Again, we're not going to have too much money, but enough to maybe sign a really good player and trade for a player. That'd be ideal. So let's do it, and I'll see you guys after free agency. Maybe we'll just sign some guys. That's a possibility as well, and then just try to trade for like a really good running back or something. All right, I traded McGovern 2nd, 3rd this year, 4th and 5th next year for McCoy and Pierce from the Saints. So we get a different center and another wide receiver. Needed a little bit of bolster on that offensive side of the ball. So not too crazy there. I'm gonna try to see if we can make another trade here. All right, traded for Maffei and Michael Irons from the Seahawks for Meredith, Bethel, Bowen, a 2nd, 3rd, and a future 1st-round pick. So we get ourselves an extra left outside linebacker, mid linebacker, which we needed. All right, traded for the Raiders, Morig and Goodwell for our rest of our picks, pretty much. So that's pretty much all the trades I wanted to do. I definitely think we made some improvements. I got a couple more days of free agency, so I think I'm going to just sign a kicker and a punter, and I think we're good because I already showed you guys. I'm going to show you guys what we did the draft recap, free agency recap in just a moment. All right, so free agency recap. I'm going to show you guys what we did. Nothing too crazy, except we did get ourselves a Javonte Williams. Fits the team. We needed a running back. We got him. Got Jake Elliott. Got Logan Cook for kicking. So that's cool to see. Kicking and punting. So yeah, we're just going to skim past the draft. 5th and final season. I mean, I don't really have any draft picks, so I'll see you guys 5th and final season. All right, 5th and final season. Let's look at the roster that we've got here going into our 5th and final season. We got Jalen Hurts, QB. Running backs will be Williams, Weston, McCain. We got fullback Pat still there. We got Smith, Hewitt, and Pierce. Wide receivers, tight ends will be Dallas Goedert. Left tackles will be Malata. Dickerson left guard. Eric McCoy center. Right guard George Cook. Lane Johnson right tackle. Left end's going to be Vondre Long. Josh Sweat, right end. Defensive tackle, Jalen Carter. Noel Smith Jr., left outside linebacker. Mid linebacker would be Irons and Proctor. Osukormo, right outside linebacker. Corners, Bennett, Gordon, and Ringo. Free safety, Morig, and Blankenship's also there too. Strong safety, Brisker. We got Elliott still as well. Kicking is Elliott. Punting. Jake Elliott, that is. And then Logan Cook punting. So, I mean, this team on paper looks pretty good. Should be able to compete. See if EA thinks so. I mean, we'll take a look at the team schemes, double check it, make sure that we're looking fine and dandy on the offensive side of the ball. And it looks like we are the best with the West Coast Power Run. Base 4-3 defense, that is our best as well. So we're going to keep it that way. I will see you guys at the mid-season. We're not going to make any moves, so I mean, this is the team for the final season. Hopefully we do well, stay healthy. I feel like we should be pretty good. All right, so right now we're sitting at 5-2, which is pretty good. Nothing too crazy, but let's look at the stats and see how the team is varying. So Hurts, 1,575 yards, 11 TDs, 2 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, 109.4 passer rating. Javonte Williams had 542 rush yards, 9 TDs, 340 and 6 from Hurts, 94 and 1 from Weston. Devonta Smith, he's got 446, 4 TDs, 404 and 5 from Hewitt, 301 and 1 from Goddard. Alex Pierce, 225 and 1. Blocking has been overall pretty superb. 5 sacks allowed. Defense, Wosu Koromoa, 60 tackles, 55 from Irons, 32 from Carter, 30 from Gordon, 29 from Elliott, 27 from Bennett, 26 from Long, 23 from Davis and Brisker, 21 from Sweat, 19 from Blankenship, things of that nature. In terms of sacks, we got 4.5 from Carter, 3 from Long, 3 from Davis, half sack there from Sweat. Just 2 interceptions, Bennett and Brisker. Kicking-wise, there's Elliott, punting, Logan Cook, kick return, and punt return. Not too bad, not too bad. Top 4 in offense. Number 4th on the offensive yards. Pass yards, 1582 is, I want to say, top half the league, and it is. And then our rush is also top half the league, 976, 27.4 points per game. Number 3 in the league. Defensively has been, overall, not too bad, but not too good, as you can see, not too good. Now, points allowed, 155. That is not amazing, but it could be better, could be worse. Our rush defense, 756 yards allowed, is relatively good. And then our pass yards allowed, 1594. That is closer to the top, and by top, I mean we have higher. Higher is worse. Obviously, can't do anything in terms of moves. I mean, this is the team for the final season, so we'll see what ends up happening. I'm going to see you guys at the end of the season, where hopefully we are in the playoffs. Alrighty. Well, it looks like we got... I think we're in the playoffs? I don't know. I actually don't know. Are we in the playoffs? Okay, we are. 12-5. That was enough to get the bye. I mean, I'll take it. 12-5. Standings glitched out there. I'm happy with that. I'll take it. I mean, it's not the greatest record, but it's, I guess, good enough to make the playoffs. So, and get the bye. So we're in the divisional automatically. I mean, that's pretty cool. Hurts, 3,407 yards, 3,747 yards, 28 TD, 5 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, 111.4 passer rating. Overall, pretty good. Javonte Williams, 1,278 yards, 18 TDs, 8, 10, and 11 from Hurts. You can see Dexter Weston, 273.5. How's our receiving? Hewitt, 1,075 yards, 9 TDs, 908 and 11 from Smith, 745 from Pierce, 547 and 2 from Dallas Goedert. There's your blocking, your defense. You got Wosu Koromoa, 142 tackles, 126 from Michael Irons. Brisker with 80, 74 from Gordon. Bennett with 71, 60 from Long, 62 from Carter, 62 from Elliott. So not too bad, not too bad. Here's your QB sacks. Carter with 8, 6.5 from Sweat, 5 from Davis, 3.5 from Long, 1 from Quentin Dawson. We had 10 interceptions, 5 of them coming from Brisker, 2 from Gordon, and these guys down here had 1. There's Elliott's kicking. There's your punting from Cook, your kick return, and punt return. Randy Butler being your special teams guy. So we're number 6 in terms of total offensive yards gained, which is really good. Passing is probably going to be closer to the middle of the pack, maybe even bottom half the league. Yeah, but our rush was near the top, number 1 in fact. And we scored 27.5 points per game, which is pretty high on that totem level as well. And how did our defense do? I mean, still nothing too crazy with the yardage. Near the bottom and all that stats. Our passing yards allowed was pretty high, and our rush yards allowed was also fairly high as well. So that is a recipe for disaster. But, I mean, 383 points allowed, I mean, that's okay. It's not too bad. I mean, we got the bye, so that's all that matters. Let's see what happens in the divisional. We go to that, see what we're taking on, and then hopefully win the Super Bowl in our 5th. Got to take on Dallas. I mean, Dallas, my track record against them isn't too great. We've had some crazy wins sometimes against them, but when I am Dallas, my track record is also not great either. So I guess really just any team I am. Our defense, yeah, I mean, they didn't have the greatest defense either, so we just got to hope we can outscore them. So yeah, let's see what happens. Conference Championship. Let's see if we can get to it. The divisional, here we go. We've got ourselves a Philadelphia Eagles football game versus the Dallas Cowboys. So at the end of the game here. Starting off, Dallas is going to score, go up 3-0. We're going to get a touchdown, though, and go up 7-3. They're going to get a touchdown right back, 10-7, second quarter. We're going to make it 14-10. Can we get a stop going to the second half? We do. It's third quarter. We're going to get a field goal, go up 17-10. And can we score here again? We do go 24-10, which is good. And we're going to go up 31-10. We're going to win this football game 31-17 to advance to the conference championship. So we end up being in Dallas by 14 points. That's pretty solid. I'll take it. Mike McCarthy got that neck beard. Hurts had a good game. 231, 3 TDs. Pretty solid. Our defense was good enough, which is perfect. So, conference championship game. Here we come. So, it will be the Carolina Panthers. You can see their standings, their rankings, and yeah, their defensive ranking's pretty good. So if they stop us from scoring and we can't stop them, we're kind of screwed. So let's see what happens. This is to get to the Super Bowl. I'd like to be able to get here for the final season, so let's try to get the job done. So we are the home team, trying to get to the Super Bowl here. We're going to the Super Sim. Let's see if we can beat Carolina. So we're going to start off here in the first quarter. We are going to go up 7-0. Can we get a stop here? They're going to tie it up 7-7. Can't score there. They're going to take the lead 14-7. We're going to get a field goal there. But going to the second half, we're down 21-10. So it's not good. They're going to score again. And we are going to lose the football game because our defense is struggling. 31-17. Get a stop. 31-24. Can we get another stop? We can't. And we can't get to the Super Bowl. Shout out to the boys. And we got to a lot of conference championship games. I don't know how we missed the playoffs in the first season, but just couldn't get the job done. I mean, we were there, knocking on the door, but yeah, our defense was not very good this game. So there it is. Fortunately, not enough for our fifth and final season. I mean, Bryce Young, throwing for almost 90%. What's our defense doing, man? I mean, our offense almost came alive, but yeah, not enough. Not enough. I mean, Hurts was okay, not too bad. Carries from Williams, 9 carries, 35 yards. Could have been better. Smith, 7 receptions, 27 yards, pretty good. Doug Hewitt, 6 receptions, 69 yards. Nice, I guess. All right, let's see who wins the Super Bowl and then close the video. It's a little unfortunate. And the Bengals beat the Panthers 34-24. Joe Burrow gets the Super Bowl MVP. We had Joe Burrow, NFL MVP. Doug Peterson, Coach of the Year. Brandon Ayuk, the Offensive Player of the Year. Defense Player of the Year goes to Ed Oliver. Byron Sampson from the Chiefs. And Kenny Trapp from the Buccaneers. Rookies of the Year. So, solid team, but just not enough. But with that being said, we've got one more team left, and that's going to be the Chiefs. So, that'll be our final video, at least for the normal teams, and we'll do our fantasy draft and maybe some other videos after that. But with that all being said, let's go to the full screening. We'll talk about that more right now. All right, so that was our final NFC team. Now we got one more team, the Chiefs. So they're our final team. I will say this. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on the plate. So obviously we got them. Then we got our fantasy draft. I might take a small little break because I do got to catch up on some other of the series. Like I got to get more EA Sports FC. I completely forgot that NHL released. So that will come out, I think, tomorrow, NHL. Then we'll do the Madden one so we could finish it. Then we're going to probably do another NHL. Or, no, the EA Sports FC. Then we'll do NHL, twice. So NBA might be put on pause for a little bit. Then we'll do another NBA. Then we'll do NHL, Madden, and then NHL again, and NBA. Kind of just alternating and, throwing some EA Sports FC. Like I said, we got a lot of content to come out. And I might even do 2 videos a day at some point just to kind of offset. I'm not at that point yet because it's going to be a bit of a busy month for me. So that might be more of a November thing where I might do 2 videos sometimes, maybe on certain days. I don't know yet. Just, bear with me on that one. But anyways, for now, I'm going to head out. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you soon tomorrow. Take care. Peace.